know the bike generator from the last previous years? I threw all my motors away. I got is this little wash machine motor, so it still makes electricity. So I tore this up for a reason to clean the stator. So give me 1 second, folks. I gotta get my induction motor. Okay, folks. Here it is, the motor. Look all this shit all over it. There's rust all over it. Why is it doing it outside? Because the bike generator has to stay outside because it's dangerous for scratching up people's stuff inside. And this is disgusting. I'm about to use the rust removable device. Alright, folks. I want to tell you about this unique generator, so I'm about to remove all this rust. So this is the motor I pulled out. So you see all this junk all over it? That's the rust. And I am not happy with this. I don't want nothing to get damaged. So this is the rotor, the very good rotor. And this is a good commutator. So that's what outputs the electricity, residual magnetism. Oh, excuse me. I just whipped the nuclear fart. I think I found the stator too. Give me 1 second. I want to show you something, folks. I got to remove the stator. And there's something new inside is what's causing it to power up. I found out today or the other day from a YouTube video. Give me 1 second. Alright, guys. I'm back. Got these little guys here. We'll tear this up. Let's unplug the stator core. Gotta be careful. There we go. Disconnect the stator coils from each brushes. Alright. And there's wires connected to the coils. And that's called generating electricity, my friends. We're not doing it today. I'm trying to remove this. No, that's not what I'm looking for. And these residual magnetism creates electromagnetic induction inside. There's no permanent magnets. And there's one on the rotor too. You see that little circle by the commutator? And that's a magneto. Let's see if it's a magnet. It is a magnet. That's what causes the electricity to flow inside the rotor. And that's why it's electromagnetic induction, my friends. So that's why it's causing it to power up. And we're going to see what's inside that magneto. And this is very fucking gross. Look at this rust. Been outside for months. I'm about to use chemicals to remove this rust. I just don't like rust on my equipment. You know? If this could charge your phone, make sure you have an inverter. See this, guys? Right by this commutator? And that's the magnet right there. That's the magnet causes the stator to power up. Don't break that magnet. Okay. So, for my example, okay, these are our north-south, what do you call it, north and south coils, okay? And these copper are the electromagnetic inductions. So, if you see a circle, there's another stator in there as well. Cause it to power up these two coils when you energize the field in the south coil. You see this right there, the screwdriver? That's the magnet. That's the magnet right there. It causes it to power up. That's why it's doing its electromagnetic induction, generating electricity. I've been learning what's causing it to power up on its own, but I realize it's the magnet right there doing it. So, which is good for electromagnetic induction, folks. You gotta learn about these things, my friends. You gotta learn about something new. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove everything inside this generator. Inside this dynamo. It used to be a motor, but I realized it powers up like a generator. But there's no slip rings in there, but just a magnet, it powers up the two field coils right there. But make sure you don't burn up your motor. Okay? If you hook up a heat gun up, it will power up. But make sure you be mindful of the load. It will bog down. But this is really dangerous. I'm gonna need some scissors to cut the wires off. Found one wire, or a scissors, to cut this wire here. I'm not trying to cut the whole stator. I'm trying to cut this off. There we go. And this too. Alright. And then reassemble the whole thing. The reason why I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to clean up the stator, because it's a fucking mess. So this is fine. The rotor is a power motive force and causes the field coils to power up by this little tiny magnet right in the rotor. Alright. The stator is free, so let's go ahead and release it. My God, I can't get this thing out. I gotta get this. Come on, you fucker. This is what I hate doing this. Getting these wires out of the housing. It's just so difficult to do. Alright, let's get this rust off here in a few days. Just remember, this is the stator here. And this is what I realized. We got another stator in here as well. Let me take the brushes out first, before I don't damage them. And then don't risk losing my orders. Like paying another one for a repair for myself. You know, I realized, people, there's one in here. It powers the field coils. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find. I can't get this off. This damn thing is stuck pretty good, though. can't get this thing removed. God damn! This thing is stuck. If you want to learn about generators, go ahead and ask. So I'll look it online and read to you guys. Come on, you son of a bitch. My God. I can't. Let's do the other one. This is so suffocating. The reason why I say suffocating because it's hard to get it off. Trying to get this brush on without breaking it. Of course, it's gonna break anyways. But let's take this out. And these are the brushes here. What I'm trying to do is removing it from the housing. Put this in the stator housing, and the copper coils look good as new. There we go. I thought I'm not gonna make it out in time. Hold on, we got one stuck here. We gotta push it. Oh shit! Use our hands. Be careful yanking these out. I'm removing the rust off the stator core. So you see, guys, let me show you this. So, what's causing it to power up? Self-excitation. Well, there's another stator cord right there. You see this? You see those little, like a microwave motor? Powers it up. You see this? Copper right there? And that is on the commutator. That's a magnet. It's outputting current through the stator. Another stator. It's like a self-exciter. Okay? So this is the rotor, and this is the two-pole coil. Okay? And that's how it outputs power. But you gotta be extra careful with electricity. No joking, man. You see this right there? You know what that is? And that's a magnet. You see this? That's a magnet. And that what causes the power of the field coils and lights up a bulb. And that's how you get your self-exciter going. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into this system. I'm trying to get this son of a bitch open here. Yeah, that's not what I'm doing, folks. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to show you. Alright. Let me be really careful not to strip any screws, or else it's over. You don't want that, you know. Oh, it's not right. Yep, this is over. We cannot get access to the stator. And this is a bummer fight to get into it. Yep, that's over. It's over. I already put up with this shit, but I gotta tell you that now. It's really a struggle for me, though. I'm about to find another way in to get inside that damn stator, the other stator. Self-excites the two field coils. So you see, my friends, and this is a magnet where you slide it in. It's going to make contact with the other stator, and it's going to induce a voltage in a small copper coil. It's going to send it the current to the two coils, and it's going to produce like 4 or 5 volts of electricity. And it's going to output a strong power of residual magnetism. I showed you what's inside that stator. And this is the inside. Excuse me. So you see, my friends, when you spin it, it's going to send power through those contacts here, through the brushes. And that damn stinks. So that's what's inside of the power motor. That when you spin it around the other small stator, it's going to send power through the field coils. It's going to cause it to power up. You know, the rotor acts as a generator inside in magnetic induction. And you know these gas generators have permanent magnets on the 2-pole coils on the armature? They have permanent magnets on top to make the stator power up the rotor for 9 watts of power. Okay? So that's how this works, folks. So, and that's the truth of generating electricity. Be careful. Don't shock yourself. All right, people. Be safe.